I deal with what's in our dressing room, not what's on the outside, so I understand the hype and everything, but for us, it's an important game that we need to come out of the break and play well. You know.
Do you even have to tell your guys, keep your emotions in check, or this is an important game? I mean, these guys are fully aware where they are in the standings and how important it is.
Yeah, exactly. We've talked about it as, coming out of our break, this is our playoff stretch, and we're a month ahead of what normally people would talk about a playoff stretch, but you just look at the standings, and every point is so important. You just, it's funny, even this morning you get up, you're looking at scores already that affect you. So our players understand, the urgency of continuing to get points. We're playing well before the break. Our focus is jumping out of the break and continue to play well and see if we can get back playing at the level we were before and build on that and become a playoff team.
Advantage to one team already getting a game in after the break, and you said your first game.
You know what, I thought about that. We tried to scrimmage a little bit yesterday in practice, so you never know. I mean, it probably depends on, you look at St. Louis, they came out of the break, and I thought they played pretty well in Vancouver, and then they ended up not winning that game. They win last night. So, it's you try to watch what other teams do. St. Louis, they had, was it 3 or 4 guys in the All-Star game. So every team is different. We just, we think we're prepared. We've had 3 practices, so hopefully we're prepared to go out there and play well.
Dave, with Peros being here tonight, is there any sort of communication with him or his department and the teams before this game tonight?
No, I think George has talked to Kenny, and I'm sure he's talked to Brad a few times just about the emotions of last game. But our focus is on just going out and playing well. Like, we understand how all of it gets blown up because of the suspension and the Battle of Alberta. That's all well and good, but for us, it's more about playing a good, hard playoff-style game and try to get 2 points.
The practicality of it is kind of. Excuse me, they've got a power play that struck last night. You guys, I'm sure they respect your power play, and that too much messing around, both sides may be playing with some fire there.
Well, the messing around part, if you start messing around, you're messing around with your ability to win the game. And that's, our first and foremost, we're coming here to win the game. That's what we want to do. So you do things accordingly, and usually messing around is not in that equation.
As a coach, though, is it? I mean, you don't know exactly what's going to happen. I mean, things could go sideways on the ice if emotions get into play, right? And then all of a sudden the game plan goes out the window sometimes.
I mean, those are all things you do. That's no different than any other game, than this game. It's just you're doing what you have to do to win, and you coach to win.
So who was your big rival when you were playing? You had some games like this?
We had some pretty good, the old Adams division there, depending on who you played, but those were all seemed like they built in the playoffs. We had the Nordiques and us had a couple good battles. Boston was always a big battle in Hartford, so. But that's the 80s. That's a different game way back then. I was a lot younger and less gray back then.
No instigator.
Huh? No instigator, yeah, exactly.
What do you want to see from Benning, who hasn't played for?
Benning went down, played 3 real strong games in Bakersfield. He's got to jump back in and play well. I mean, you look at his games early in the season, that pair was a good pair for us. So he just got to jump back in, be a real solid guy for us. Gives us a right-hander on that side that I think will help us. And he's a competitive kid. He competes hard in all situations. It's hopefully that's a boost to our lineup.
You said when you came on here in the off season that you were really looking forward to working in Canada for the first time. Is this the kind of game that really kind of gets the blood going for you?
All of it. Just the atmosphere around game day it's a fun part of it. Exactly. It's the passion of not just our fan base, but Calgary's fan base, the passion of the media, everything. It adds to the excitement of the game for both players and coaches.
Do you have to stay detached and analytical, or could you get fired up a little bit?
No, I think if you've been around the game, you get fired up for games. But that goes for every game, not just games that the media hypes more.
Dave, goes into the rationale that Smitty looks like he's getting this one, and Nico got the other 2 games.
You know what? The Smitty was playing well, but we had a plan where that last trip, the guy that played the last game before, the real late night for us, the other guy, we were going to put a fresh guy in. So that's what went into that. After that, it's Schmidt's played well before the break. Mikko's played 2 games against Calgary, and we haven't got the result we wanted, so going with Schmidt tonight.